Hi everyone, we're back with yet another episode of Her Method to Success. Today we have Priya. You must have seen her reels doing the round and wondered, wait, did she get some work done on her face or is it actually face yoga? Meet Priya, a face yoga expert, a nutritionist, and a digital creator. Welcome to the podcast.
Very happy to be here.
Okay, Priya, let's get very honest. Have people actually accused you of getting lip fillers?
Every day. Every single day.
So, what is the move that you're doing, or what is it that you're doing to get the look? You have to tell us.
Okay, so to be honest, I have been born with full bodied lips, like I would try to call them. But in face yoga, there are many exercises and relaxation techniques that you can do for the same. But I'm only going to show it to you if you do it with me.
Me?
Yes.
I think I'm good. Okay, let's give it a shot.
Okay.
All right, I'll try. And also, you have to tell us, the people who are talking to you about this or asking you or accusing you, how are you dealing with that?
So which one first? The showing you or the handling the...
No, the handling. Let's.
Initially it would really bother me.
Yeah.
Because I was like, hello, I'm there. I'm showing you ways to naturally enhance your pout. And you are, without knowing, accusing me of getting lip fillers. So I used to respond. I used to respond with videos showing a lip massage technique, justifying that if you have lip fillers, they will move. And if I massage the way I massage, then it will be negative to the injection. Then it started being, from my end, the response was, thank you for the backhanded compliment. Because if you do face yoga, you get lips like this.
You're doing something right, right? And you were also born with it.
I was born with
Yes.
it, but what happens is with age, your lips tend to shrivel, they become dry, you get the vertical cut lines, on your lips that people are trying to just over moisturize without enhancing their blood circulation to the lips and without working on the areas around the mouth. So they're very, very simple things that you can do. I'm not saying that you can go from a size 6 to a size 12. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that you can keep your lip volume, which starts to decrease over the years, and you can also enhance it, if not permanently, but temporarily, by doing certain techniques. And I'm sorry, but isn't that what lip fillers is? Isn't that what Botox is? Aren't they all temporary?
Yeah.
So what if you had a temporary natural solution? Doesn't that work better?
It does, of course. Now, since you're insisting, let's try. I don't know how I'm going to deal with this, but let's try. I've seen your videos. I know what you do. Doesn't look pretty on camera, but we'll give it a shot.
Of course, it looks pretty on.
Let's try.
Okay. The first one is really simple. All you have to do is relax the area around your lip, which is your mouth muscle. So we're going to do the roly-poly, as I call it. Nice
Okay.
and slow. You're going to roll your tongue. 5 clock, 5 anti-clock. And then you're going to tell me where you felt it.
Okay.
Okay? That's just one round.
What? I thought this was for the whole week.
Cheeks, mouth. Okay? Second one, bumblebee.
Okay.
You remember motorbike?
That's all?
Exactly, but you have to hold it for as long as you can. So take a deep inhale.
Okay, that comes with practice.
Yes, it
my
does.
brr lasted just brr.
Okay, one more time. Just
Yeah.
feel like put your full focus on your lips.
Yeah, I lasted a little longer.
So you got to do this 10 times a day. These two simple moves can work magic on not only your lips, but your cheeks, your facial asymmetry, and to completely relax your mouth muscle, which is the second most overused muscle of your face after your eyes.
I'm actually feeling like the tension that's always here, it's relaxed so much.
Yeah. Great.
Yeah, not bad.
Face yoga works.
So, face yoga sounds a little bit too good to be true. What is the biggest myth you have heard from women or men alike? What is it that you encounter every day when you tell people, like, this is what I do? And do you get a question like, is it even real yoga? Is it even something real?
Yeah, so I think that's a very valid question. The biggest myth about face yoga is that it doesn't work. It is temporary, maybe, if there are results, and that it's only for women.
Okay.
Okay,
Very interesting.
Yeah,
These
so
three.
three big myths. My response is you have 40. So some people say 43, and if you're not counting your neck, but you have 47 muscles. Some say 53, depending on where you want to take it, because your forehead actually extends all the way to the back of your neck, right? So if you want to work out the muscles of your body and build volume, why can you not? So like I said, if you can do your biceps, why can't you do your cheeks? Right?
Yeah.
What happens to the 47 muscles from the base of your neck to the back of your head? Right? You will go for a massage and you will massage your entire body, including the back of your neck, where you have
yeah.
all those tension knots,
Tension,
right?
yeah.
Why not the corners of your jaw, which also holds so much tension, leading to facial asymmetry, because we do not chew evenly from both sides of our mouth.
Right.
We have terrible posture. We're always leaning over.
Yeah.
Yeah, made you conscious. Roll your shoulders back is what I
Yes,
say.
that's all you have to do.
Yeah, work on that scapula. Your scapula is so important to maintain the tonality of your lower face. So, yeah, those are the biggest myths, and those are my responses. And I can keep going on with responses till the cows come home.
Also, one thing, is it true like how we exercise our body and sometimes you're doing a wrong movement, you can injure yourself, you can get hurt if you don't have the right trainer, the direction in which you're going, you can actually get injuries, and that's very common. So, what about the face? If you're doing some wrong moves or you're not learning from someone who is certified, because everyone is, these days on social media, they do a course and then they're teaching others, but there's no way to verify that. So, can you actually harm yourself by doing some wrong moves?
So, I'm going to address the second part of your question first. They're doing some kind of course. Okay, this is what I want to put out. There are many courses out there. And I've actually done a post, and I'm going to say this to you as well. Ask your trainer where they are certified from, whether it is body, whether it is dance, whether it is meditation, whether it is face yoga. Get a valid response. There are many courses for 199, 299,
Right.
and they may be a great. I'm not trying to disregard the courses, but what I'm trying to say is that you should have a proper international or national certification, but it needs to be a certified course,
Right.
right? It can't be any random certification. Now, the first part of your question, can you get injured? Can it be negative? Yes. Overstretching while doing face yoga. Your face muscles are a little different from your body muscles. They are more superficial and they take very little time to get activated. So your warm up needs to be much shorter. The things you need to do before you start, let's say, working on your face is a little different from what you need to do when you're warming up your body. Secondly, like I said, it's much faster.
Right.
So it needs to be about 30 seconds to a minute. You need to focus a lot on posture and you need to focus a lot on relaxation. Just working out your facial muscles, which you're doing a lot anyway naturally during the day. We're raising our forehead. You're squinting your eyes. I mean, we live in India, there's a lot of sun. You're constantly, even behind the sunglasses,
Right.
you might be squeezing your eyes, which is a valid face yoga exercise.
Oh.
And we are talking a lot.
Right.
What we're not doing is focused and targeted exercises combined with relaxation. So, what I get very worried about is when people follow random YouTube videos. They may be certified, okay,
Right.
but you don't know what you're doing. So, what I'm trying to say is when you're working out on the muscles in your forehead, you're also working out the muscles on the side of your eyes.
Right.
Okay. When you're working on your eyes, especially the under eyes, you're working on one of the three muscles of your cheek, which is then connected to the muscles of your jawline, which is then connected to the muscles of your neck. As compared to working out your bicep, which has nothing to do with your calf muscles. So, getting trained from a person with knowledge and hours and working with people, because every face has its own individual concern, is very important.
Right. Okay, let's go back a little bit. What were you doing before this? Have you always been inclined into nutrition, wellness? What have you been up to all these years before face yoga?
I am a chemical engineer.
Wow, I didn't see that coming. I personally didn't see that coming.
And I just got so bored. So I'm a chemical engineer with a specialization in biotechnology. And this is a really funny story actually, and it's a true story. I was in the laboratory of a pharmaceutical company and I was working on a formulation of a pediatric cough syrup. I won't mention the name. And I was in the laboratory in one of those box kind of capsules, sterile environment, measuring something called aerosol balls. Okay, now aerosol balls are lighter than air, right? They're so light. And I needed to get a particular weight.
Okay.
And I kept, and if you like mess up, you have to restart the whole thing. So you have to start the whole process all over again. And I was literally at my target weight. Let's say it was 5 grams and I was at 4.975 because that's how accurate the
Right.
weighing scale is. One ball fell off
Okay.
and I had to restart, and this was probably the 10th time I was doing it. I removed my hands from those gloves and I took a U-turn and I walked straight out of that laboratory and I said, I am done. This is a true story. This is actually a true story, Ankita. I literally said, I'm done.
Yeah, this is, I was not expecting this at all.
And then I dabbled in fashion. I became a mom and I absolutely love being a mom. So I was a very happy stay-at-home mom for a very long time. But the workouts never stopped. So I think I mean, I don't want to sound like I'm blowing my own trumpet, but it was actually Mornings with PK. That was my handle, which is Mornings with Priya Khandelwal, which was me and my workouts and my nutrition and my hydration and my gym wear, because I seem to serve as a source of inspiration to a lot of young mothers out there. That went into my husband developing IBS and going to many doctors, naturopaths, nutritionists, and no one helping him out. I did a deep dive into helping him with his meal plan, and it worked. So I said, hey, I like exercising. I seem to be pretty good at nutrition. Why not do a course in nutrition?
Okay.
Did that. Cut to, I'm very happy. I'm doing my nutrition. And then I have people asking me, I want to put on weight without putting on too much weight on my face. I want to lose weight without losing too much weight on my face. So as a side of the nutrition course, or the meal plan that I would give them, I started recording myself doing certain facial exercises that I've been doing since the age of 25, because my mom introduced me to face yoga. And thank you, Mom. I love you. She's honestly the one who introduced me to face yoga. And it worked. People were actually liking the results that they were seeing, enhancing volume where they wanted, reducing volume where they wanted. So I'm like, hey, why don't I start doing face yoga as well? But before that, let me get certified.
Right.
And then one thing kind of like, so this is like the whole...
So you did a couple of certifications.
I did multiple certifications. Multiple, guys. Multiple.
We heard you.
Multiple certifications, nutrition course, cupping. I'm a tapping expert. EFT. And I did EFT. That's another story. I did EFT because I don't think people have enough self-love. So what started as vanity insanity, right? I want to look like this. I want my chiseled jawline. Went into, I have insomnia. I have low lack of self-worth. I've just had a divorce because my husband thought I wasn't good looking. I'm not treated well at home. I'm frustrated. I have anxiety. I'm not confident. It just took on a different... It went from, that's what I'm saying, it went from, it's gone into wellness now. That's all I can say. It's all gone into mental and physical well-being.
Okay. And you're happy in this space. I think this is your calling.
I'm having the best time of my life.
And also exercising and looking good.
I mean, I try. We all try. But yeah, I mean, okay, I'm going to be completely honest with you and you. I'm not against people doing Botox or fillers or minimally invasive treatments. Do what makes you happy. Just understand what you are doing. That's all I'm saying.
Right.
I mean, it's Botox is a toxin. It was developed for excessively sweaty palms, for a lazy eye. And what they found was that, hey, it's taking away the creases, right? It's taking away, so use it, but it is a toxin. So be careful. Don't overdo anything, right? You don't want to really look like everyone looks the same. You're seeing enhanced features on everyone, whether it is those perfect almond-shaped cat eyes, whether it's lifted cheeks, whether it's a super big pout, a completely chiseled jawline. I mean, come on, be your best beautiful. And that is my punchline. That's my tagline. And that's what I completely believe in. Do not compare me to someone. Do not compare yourself to anyone else. Yes, do it if you want to be the best version of yourself. Which is why the more natural you go, the longer it will last you, and the less will be the detrimental effects.
Let's talk about content. Did you always plan to become an influencer? Was this your goal, or you wanted to reach people? What were you thinking when you started making those videos?
So, like I said, the initial goal was to just encourage people to do things that I was doing. It transcended into a full blown making videos daily or making lots of content in a day. Influencer was just something that happened because I have great content because I'm pretty. No. Because I think people found value in what I was creating because they started maybe incorporating it in their lives, seeing a difference. And I am very real, when I talk. I try not to do too much makeup. I've had people assaulting me saying that makeup nikalo. And I'm like, even now, right? I mean, I'm here, I'm sitting with you, trying to encourage people, not influence. But I think social media is funny like that, right? It just something clicks.
Right.
I always call it the gods of Instagram, or the
Right.
gods of Facebook, what they
Yeah.
want to do today. So when I'm praying to God, I'm also praying to these gods of Instagram, and you're hoping that every reel or every video or every static post reaches your correct audience.
Right.
Which and I've learned a lot over the years, right? How to talk, what to say, what to put my caption as. I mean, it's a learning curve.
learning.
It's a learning curve. And then I have taken the help of agencies, people, friends. It works sometimes, it doesn't work sometimes. But once so the main goal was not to become an influencer, but when I did, it just clicked, and
Right.
it's great, it's fun, it has its highs, it has its lows.
Right.
But
course.
yeah, I mean,
But
it
you're
was-
also learning about yourself. Like if people are trolling you and asking you about your lips or all of that, you're dealing with that. You're answering. It's even as a person, you're growing and you're putting yourself out there.
you're
and,
putting yourself out there.
and how your content is working because people are genuinely finding some value.
Absolutely.
Like,
Absolutely. People need to learn to filter
Right.
between the ones who are influencing you and the ones who are genuinely trying to help you,
Yeah.
give you some, great content or explain things to
Yeah.
you. I think that has not. We're getting there.
We're getting there.
We're getting there.
Yeah, everyone's more aware. They're liking the reality of things now,
Yeah,
but not superficial. But the exercises that you're showing has obviously worked for some people.
It's worked for a lot of
and they're
people.
telling more people, and they're telling more people.
Absolutely.
And today we are sitting here discussing that.
Absolutely. Fantastic, right? This is the
Yeah.
beauty of social media, and this is the
Right.
beauty of there's a flip, there's an upside, and there's a flip side. So it's looking at the glass half empty or half full.
Okay, so what is the weirdest or the wildest DM you've received after posting a reel or becoming an influencer? What are people actually messaging you? What is going on?
The two most common, or you can say the maximum funny responses I've gotten is A, are you single? B, will you marry me?
Okay, that's great. That's okay. That it is what it is.
So those are the positives.
And
The
what about the
negative-
women? What are they
Women?
asking you?
Women can be very supportive. Women can
Right.
be very nice, but women can be very mean. People can be very mean.
Yeah.
So the most common DM, there's so many. Duck, frog, quack, quack,
This is your
oink,
DMs.
oink. Yeah. I mean, there are many, but those are the negatives. Again, the
Right.
positives is full of curiosity, which I
Yeah.
love.
Yeah.
Full of curiosity, which even if let's say I'm posting about a roller, they want to know what serum I put on my face before that.
Right.
Which oil is good for which skin. I suffer from acne. Can I do the massage? Things like that. So I really, like I told you, they're the negatives and they're the positives. The positive DMs are, I would say in one word, curiosity.
Curiosity.
They want to know beyond what's given to them in a particular video or a story. Like I said, if I'm posting about water, they'll want to know which glass I'm having it in. So I love that. I love that because I'm very, very open to sharing. So the more you ask me, the more I will answer.
We can see that. We can truly
The most
see that.
common reply you're going to get for my DMs is, I'm sorry I'm late, but I'm trying my best to keep up with everything, like to answer to you in full. And there'll be times when I answer in paragraphs, babe.
Yeah.
Like paragraphs. They want to know about, it's sad because you're showing a facial exercise and they want to know about face paralysis. And I have worked with people with face paralysis, with mouth cancer, with various kinds of things. So I do try to take as much effort as I can to answer to my complete knowledge. And by the way, I am with another nutritionist as well. Like I'm tied up with another nutritionist and not one, not two, but 3 dermatologists. Because if I get confused about something, I will not throw any kind of information out there. I will ask for a picture. I will address the skin concern with a certified other person and then respond. So sometimes my DMs get a bit late.
Take time, yeah. But it might make a difference.
It does
for
make a
someone.
difference.
Yeah, what is the one thing that Indian women are doing wrong or not doing properly in their routines for their face or skincare that no one's telling them or talking about?
Okay. Indian women, I would say, okay, Indian women, stop using fairness creams. Stop. Break that. That should be a myth buster. Enjoy your skin color. Okay? Let it not get pigmented, right? Let it not get over tanned because you're not using sunscreen when you're sitting at home because you think sunscreen is only supposed to be applied when you leave the house. No, you have to wear sunscreen, mineral-based sunscreen. But women globally are just blindly following videos they're seeing online. When I have my face yoga classes, whether they're boot camps or personal consultation with me, I always say after a certain age, everybody needs a good skin doctor. Okay? You need a good dermatologist. That does not mean that you need 1,000 skincare products. So what people are doing wrong is they have these many products. Less is more. Okay? Layering is important. Less is more. You cannot just put on vitamin C without putting on sunscreen. You cannot put on retinol without putting a ceramide-based moisturizer. Do you know what you are doing?
Right.
So I think Indian women are just investing too much time in fairness creams, fairness drips, fairness tablets. Women globally are just not doing the correct routine.
What is a correct routine?
Again,
a brief.
Again, varies from skin type to skin type, varies from age. My skin was very different when I was in my 30s as compared to now when I'm almost 50, right? My skin is drier now, right? I wouldn't need a 3 or 4 step skincare routine in my 30s, but I do now. So I think the most important basic routine that you can follow is cleanser. Again, depends which kind of cleanser. Cleanser, toner, not an acid-based toner. I mean something as simple as rice water or rose water. Okay. Your vitamin C serum. Okay. A few times a week. Hyaluronic acid, which is a humectant. It kind of keeps your skin looking plump and supple. A ceramide-based moisturizer, and a sunscreen. These are the 5 essentials. Now, how you spread it across is a different routine. And post 35, retinol comes into play. Now, you have 2 versions of retinol. You have the synthetic version and you have plant-based version. So, why not use both? Balance the synthetic with the natural, or just go natural. Yeah, so the basic is cleanser, toner, moisturizer, sunscreen, and an active, some active ingredient, whether it's hyaluronic acid or whether it's retinol.
Okay. That helps. So the younger lot, the teenagers, they're using more products than we ever did when we were teenagers. I don't know if I even washed my face. Just kidding. But what are they supposed to do? Like, does their skin, or at that age, do you need so much product?
Not at all. Not at all. In fact, my teenager stole a sheet mask with maybe, I don't remember, collagen, hyaluronic acid, etc., and my roller. And she was sitting there doing a nighttime routine of cleansing, toning, moisturizing, mask, roller, Netflix, and potato chips. And I'm like, why? I don't know if you've noticed this or you've noticed this, but when you go out shopping, you'll see these stores with skincare products which are full of teens. Do not encourage your teen to buy anything other than a cleanser. Again, a non-foaming, maybe milk-based cleanser. Yes, for kids who have, or teens who have acne-prone skin, the dermatologist, who is your best friend, will suggest the right product. Cleanser, toner, moisturizer, sunscreen. That's it. That's all. Every kid, every skin needs moisturizing.
Right.
Okay? And not only your face, guys. Again, not only your face. Take it down to your neck, take it down to your chest, take it to your arms, moisturize your legs, moisturize your lips. Do you need an extra lip balm? No, you do not. Use the same moisturizer on your lips. Your lips will be fine. Do not overdo the products for teenagers. You don't need it.
Okay. Would you recommend something which is targeted at the double chin, because it's very common in Indian women also when you're getting a bit older? Is there something you can do every day on a daily that might help reduce it, or let it be as it is? I know there has to be something.
Two things. Fix your posture. Fix your posture. Roll those shoulders back. Stop looking down at your phone, creating an unnecessary double chin. Okay, so sit up straight, try your best, do posture exercises, and the best one, and yes, it is a targeted exercise, place your hands on your collarbone. Waiting.
Here we go again. Okay.
Look up till you feel the stretch on your neck. Pout and just kiss the sky.
Wow. Skin totally.
It works
Yeah.
on your neck,
Here.
on your double chin, on your jawline.
Okay, one last question, or it's more like a common thing. What is something that you always swear by? Easy to do, you've tried it, works every time.
Moisturize.
Oh, it's that easy?
Moisturize, moisturize, moisturize.
All right. I hope you guys heard that. If you enjoyed watching this episode, please follow Priya. Try some exercises that she showed and tag her, and me as well.
I fly like paper, get high like planes. If you catch me at the